In this video, I'm going to be taking a look at the PlayStation TV. The PlayStation TV just came out, and you can get this in two bundles. You can get it for $99, just a console itself, or you can get it in a $140 bundle that comes with a game, a controller, a memory card, and the system itself. Now, essentially what the PlayStation TV is, it's a PlayStation Vita connected to a big screen TV. That's basically all the PlayStation TV is. And for the $140 bundle, you can only get it with the Lego Movie video game. I don't think they come with any other game. The only choice you have with the $140 bundle is the Lego Movie video game. I may be wrong, but I do think the only game you're going to get with the $140 bundle is the Lego Movie video game. And it is a voucher in the actual package. If you're wondering, it's not the physical cartridge, it is the actual voucher. You download it to your memory card. And I've already unboxed this, but I am going to be showing you what comes in the box. You do get the power supply, and here's what the actual power supply looks like. It's just a small brick that plugs into the wall, and the other end plugs into your PlayStation TV. And you also do got an HDMI cable, and here's the HDMI cable. It's about 6 feet. It is nice. Sony decided to include an HDMI cable with this. They didn't have to, but you do get a free HDMI cable. And then another thing you do get besides that is the memory card. And I'm not going to show you the memory card because it is in the PlayStation TV and it is very, very hard to get out. But you do get an 8 gig memory card in the box. Then you also do get a DualShock 3 controller with the bundle. The $140 bundle does come with a controller. And here it is, a DualShock 3 PS3 controller. Now this will work with the PS4 controller, DualShock 4. So you can use a PS3 or a PS4 controller. It's not just limited to the PS3 controller. But the bundle only comes with a PS3 controller. And then you also got the last thing. You do have a manual, some paperwork that tells you how to use it and everything. But I don't need to go over those, just some paperwork. And then the last thing you have is the actual PlayStation TV. Here's what the PlayStation TV looks like. It's a very small box. It only weighs about 1 to 2 pounds. It is very, very light and very, very compact. It just sits next to your TV. It is in black, and it only comes in one color, black. And here's all the ports on the PlayStation TV. So right over here you do have a power switch. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but you do got a small power switch that you do turn the system off and on. Then you do got a slot for your memory card. It does take PS Vita memory cards, and it comes with an 8 gigger. Then you got a USB port. The USB port allows you to connect your controller for the first time setup. Then you also have an HDMI port, and this PlayStation TV does support 1080i playback, not 1080p, 1080i playback. Then you do got an Ethernet port if you want faster speeds instead of Wi-Fi. This also does support Wi-Fi, but you can use Ethernet if you don't have Wi-Fi or if you want better connection. Then you do got the port for the power supply right there. Overall, this box is just a black box, and it does have a PlayStation logo on it. For the most part, it is a matte finish. The whole box is pretty much a matte finish, but the sides are glossy. You can see on both sides, the sides are glossy. And on the front of the box, it does, I don't know if you can see right there, but on the front of the box, it does have another port. This port allows you to play physical PlayStation Vita games, so you don't need to download them. You can actually buy physical PlayStation Vita games if you want to. I'll go ahead and open it up. There's the port where all the PlayStation Vita games go, so you can buy them from your local retailer like GameStop, Best Buy, Walmart, things like that, and put them in here, which is nice if you have those laying around. And I'm going to go ahead and summarize this review. In this part, I'm going to be talking about, is this PlayStation TV worth the money? Is it worth $99 to $140? Should you buy the PlayStation TV? Right now, I can safely say this is not a must-buy system. It is not worth the $99 to $140 price tag. Because basically, what this does is a PlayStation Vita connected to your big screen TV, and it plays PS Vita games, it plays PSP games, PS1 games, and PS3 games. Yes, it's basically a standalone box that plays those type of games. So it doesn't play its own games, it plays other Sony console games on a big screen. And another feature this can do, it can actually stream your PS4 to your big screen. So if you have your PS4 in one room and you want to play the PS4 in another room, without buying another PS4, you can buy this PlayStation TV and play your PS4 remotely on another TV in another bedroom. I'll talk about all the stuff later, but why this is not a must buy, I must say, this is not a must buy because most of the PS Vita games do not work on this system. The main reason you're probably buying this system in the first place is maybe to play your PS4 remotely or to play PS Vita games, and almost 50 to 60% of the Vita catalog is not compatible with the PlayStation TV, and that's really, really, really disappointing to find out that a lot of the PlayStation Vita games do not work on this system. So you will have to go online to find a compatibility list or look around. And be warned, if you own this system, you can go to the PlayStation Store on the PlayStation TV and buy a game and have it not compatible, which is very, very unfortunate because you can buy a game and basically just throw your money down the drain to find out it does not work. So that is really, really disappointing. And most of the games that, of course, have touchscreen or rear pad functionality do not work on this system anyway. If you want to buy the PlayStation TV because it's cheaper than a PlayStation Vita and you want to save some money to play some Vita games, I highly do not recommend buying this as an alternative to the PlayStation Vita. I highly recommend going on eBay or going somewhere and buying it used and playing the actual Vita games on a Vita, just because all the games are there and they'll work 100% better than what's on here, because you're missing the touchscreen, the rear pad. Those sorts of things make the games not as fun to play anyway, even if they are compatible. But for the most part, I can safely say I have tried a couple of games on here, and the games I've tried did look pretty good on a big screen TV. You would actually think that putting them on a TV would make the games much more pixelated and stuff like that. But in my experiences, the graphics weren't really too much downgraded. Of course, they'll look better on the Vita, but playing them on a big screen, I was actually pretty surprised about the PlayStation Vita games quality. They weren't really too much downgraded. I played Killzone Mercenary, I played The Walking Dead, I played the Lego video game. Those sorts of games, I've really had no problem with the picture quality. Of course, it is going to be downgraded a little bit, but it wasn't really enough to make me not want to play it on the TV. But you're still better off playing it on a PlayStation Vita. I can highly recommend. Now, like I said, you can play PSP games, PS1 games, and PS3 games. I've also tried some PSP games. They look pretty much fine on the TV. The PS1 games I played again, they look pretty much fine on TV. Now, when it comes to PS3 games, you can only play PS3 games on PlayStation Now, which is a streaming service. And right now it is in beta, and I have tried it, and I can safely say that service really doesn't work well. I do have a pretty good connection at my house, and I can safely say it doesn't really work, at least for me. It may work for you, but most of the time when I played a game, it was either laggy or it had a lot of disconnections where I had to keep restarting the game because it would drop completely, which is very, very, very sad. So if you want to play PS3 games on here, I suggest just buying a PS3, because PlayStation Now, at least at this current time, doesn't work as well as I hoped it would. Maybe in the future it will be better, and hopefully they're fixing their PlayStation Now service so it can be a little bit better. But right now, don't buy it for just PS3 streaming either. You'd be pretty disappointed. It may work for you, but for me, it really did not work. And another thing to note is the PS4 functionality, like I was talking about at the beginning of the video. I have not tried that, but a lot of people said it was a hit or miss on the PS4 connectivity. So if you wanted to play your PS4 in another room, it may or may not work. It really just depends on your internet connection. If your internet connection can handle your PS4 remote play, or it cannot handle your PS4 remote play, you may need a really good connection and stuff, and they really do highly recommend that you plug it into your modem directly so you can actually get the best internet connection possible. And if you're using it on Wi-Fi, then it's really recommended that a lot of people aren't on your network at the same time, so you can have the most out of your network when you're doing PS4 connectivity. So I can't really comment on PS4 connectivity because I have not used it. So it may or may not work. Just try it at your own risk. So it may or may not work. But a lot of people said it's worked, and a lot of people said it hasn't worked. Now, another thing with the PlayStation TV is a lot of people actually thought this was a set-top box. Let me clear that right now. This is not a set-top box. It is strictly a gaming console, a micro gaming console. Now, a lot of people thought this would replace the Roku, the Apple TV, the Amazon Fire TV. This is not a replacement. If you're looking to stream online services such as Netflix, Hulu Plus, Amazon, then this will not work for those services. You can, however, use the PlayStation Store. They do have movies on there, but it is kind of hit or miss on that. It's not really a good service in my opinion. I've seen their movies. It's okay, but I wouldn't really recommend buying this just for the PlayStation Store and getting their movies. It's a hit or miss type of thing. However, this thing does have 2 streaming services on here. It does have Crackle and it does have Crunchyroll on here, but no YouTube support, no Netflix support, no Hulu support, no Amazon support, no HBO Go, no nothing like that. That is a very, very, very bad thing for this, because this would have been an even better box if it had all those streaming services plus the games. I could highly almost recommend buying this, but since a lot of the PlayStation Vita games aren't supported on this box and it doesn't have streaming services, this is a no-buy console. I highly recommend don't buying this. You may be able to use it for PS4 remote play, but I don't even know if that works well, so you can buy that at your own risk. But for a standalone box that plays PSP games, PS Vita games, PS1 games, and PS3 games, I highly recommend just stay away from this. Just go out and buy yourself a PS Vita. You'll be much more happier with a Vita machine itself than buying this for $99 to $140. I highly do not recommend this. My final score for this product is a 7 out of 10. It's really a disappointing experience for this. And by the way, I am not going to plug this into my TV and show you what it looks like. It's basically just a PS Vita blown up on a big screen. So if you've already seen the PS Vita interface, it's using the same exact PS Vita interface. You know, the interface with the little bubbles on it. That's the same interface you're getting on a TV. And to be honest, it's kind of weird to see a PS Vita software on a big screen. It is kind of weird because it is touchscreen enabled and it probably runs better on a touchscreen. But to see it on a TV is a little bit weird. I would have wished that they would have made their own system for that or whatnot. But I do understand it's just a PS Vita internals on a small box like this plugged into a TV. So do not buy this unless you want PS4 connectivity. But then again, I don't know how well that runs. So anyway, final verdict 7 out of 10. Peace out. I'll see you guys later in my next video. I'm out.